Hi, I'm Emily Jane Phillips from Emily Jane Image Consultancy. I've had a request for a how-to, and the how-to is summer makeup. The person who sent the request in said that they have problems with makeup on the holidays and in the heat because it just slides off their face. Well, the first thing that you can do is if you do want to wear just your sort of normal full face of makeup, the word is powder. Just powder everything and powder it lots, and that is about the only way to try and keep it on a little bit more. As long as you've primed everything properly, and if you see my full base tutorial, which I'll pop a link down there somewhere for you, then that'll show you how to do that, and you've powdered properly, it will stay on pretty well. However, if it's really hot, which hopefully might be over the summer, and if it's very humid, you might find that you're quite uncomfortable with a really full face of makeup. So this is just a really quick, or sort of if you're going to the beach, very summery makeup look that I'm going to do now. What I've got on my face now is my light base or summer base. Again, I'll pop a link down there in the information for you to the light base tutorial. So all I've done is I've done that whole tutorial, I've put my light base on, but I've not powdered. So there's no powder on my face yet. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pop some eyeshadow on. Before I do that, I am going to pop some primer on my eyes. The reason I'm going to do that is that it will stop the makeup actually sliding off. It will just make it a little bit more comfortable in the heat, stop any creasing that you might get in this area as well. So there's my CMB primer, and all I'm doing is popping a little tiny bit, you can see how small amount that is, on the eye. And take that, I'm dabbing into the eye, being very gentle, eye is very delicate skin. And I'm just taking that all the way from the lash line up to the brow. So that's just giving me a nice base to work on. Next, I'm going to do a really neutral eye, it's a really simple look. Blending brush, your big brush. Neutral eyeshadow. What you're looking for is a shadow that's maybe one shade lighter than your own skin tone. If you've had a makeup lesson with me or a prescription or your colours analysed, you'll know which is the best neutral eyeshadow for you. For me, as a light, it's a colour called Melon. And again, I'm going to sweep that all the way from lash line up to my brow. You'll see how quick this look is. I do want still a little bit of definition, so I'm going to take my angled brush and a slightly darker neutral. For me it's a brownie colour called Cocoa. And again I'm just going to add, raise up my eyebrows so I can see the socket line, and just push a little bit of colour up against that socket line, just as far as the pupil, just to give me some definition. And this is just going to help make my eyes look a little bit more defined, just open them out a little bit. So we are going for sort of a no makeup look. It's one of the things that men can't believe you actually spend time doing, is putting makeup on to make it look like you're not wearing any makeup. But it can be our little secret as to why we look so good on the beach. I'm just blending that now with my blending brush and a little bit more of that neutral colour, just to get rid of any harsh lines. There we go, so just a little bit more definition on the eye. Just to finish off that definition, I'm just going to pop on a tiny little bit of eyeliner. And that eyeliner colour that I'm going to pop on is a colour called Cocoa. And run away from me there. Again, it's a really fair colour, quite neutral. I'm not looking for sort of big black eyes here, so try and avoid black. And just take something fairly neutral, a grey or a brown colour. And I'm just going to pop a tiny little bit just on the outside edge of my eye. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there, just taking it on the outside edge. And again, I'm going to look up in the sky, and I'm just going to highlight that outside corner in the lash line as well. There you go, so that's just highlighted that outside corner. And I'm actually going to take a cotton bud, but you could use your finger if you want to. And I'm just going to smudge that slightly. Because, as I say, we're sort of going for a bit of a no makeup look here. There we go, so that's smudged, and hopefully you can see that's just giving my eyes a bit of definition. Finish off the eyes, mascara again. Unless you've got very deep colouring, try and avoid using a black. So you can see on me a brown black is more than dark enough, or a brown. And I'm just wiggling that through just to get some separation. And I'm just going to comb a little bit through just the outside edge, just on those bottom lashes. There you go, eyes done. Cheeks, a little bit of colour on the cheeks. I'm going to use a cream blush. The reason I'm going to use a cream is that you will find that it has a much greater staying power in the heat. So this is one of the reasons we haven't put any powder on yet. So what I'm going to do is just warm that up a little bit, pop a little bit on my finger, and cream brush is great because what you can do is you can just pop on where you want to put it, and I just want to highlight my cheekbones. You can put some on the apples if you want, depends what sort of look you're going for. So you've put the colour on, look a bit like you've got sort of finger painting on your face now, and then I'm actually just going to blend that into the skin with a clean finger. Make sure you're even. There you go, got a little bit of a glow on my cheekbones now. So, and what I'm going to do to actually keep all of that in place now is take my loose powder. Again, loose powder will work better. I'm going to take the pad, dip it in the powder, and really lightly powder all over my face, over the eyeshadow, everything that I've put on. You can always top up your mascara afterwards if you need to. Big powder brush. Brush it off. Right, that makeup's not going anywhere now at all. If you keep your little powder compact in your handbag especially, or some oil removing sheets that you can actually buy from most chemists and pharmacies now, so if you do start to shine up during the day you can actually use those, but that makeup really should stay in place. And I think just to make it a little prettier, I'm actually going to add just a little bit on the lip. Again, you'll probably find lip gloss is a nightmare. It's great, looks fantastic when you put it on, but you're applying it all day because the colour just doesn't stay. It will slide off your lips. So I'm actually going to use a lip pencil, again, just a light pretty colour. It's a colour called Cantaloupe. Just going to line my lips. And then I'm filling them in. And I've filled them in, and because that's so highly pigmented, the lip liner, that colour's going to stay on my lips now. But I still want that sort of glossy, summery look, so I'm actually just going to grab a colour called Mango for me, just because I like red lips. But you could just use a clear gloss if you wanted to. And there you go. That is your summer in the heat, going to stay on because it's so light, no makeup look.